akwai daɗi. Baba akwai daɗi. Baba oh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great Nigerian women. Resourceful Nigerian women. Powerful Nigerian women. Build the women. On this note, permit me to recognize His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by His Excellency, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. May I also recognize the Senate President, who is ably represented by my Senate Committee Chair, Senator Eti Kingibe, Chairman, Senate Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development. May I recognize all the governors here present or represented. I will use the deputy governors of Katsina State and Edo State as the point of reference. May I also recognize the Honorable Minister of Finance, Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun. May I recognize the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Minister of Agriculture, Trade and Investment. May I recognize the Minister of State for Labor and the Minister of State for Works. May I also recognize former Minister of Women Affairs, Hajia Inna Chiroma. May I recognize our Country Director of the World Bank, Matthew Verges. May I recognize our members of the Diplomatic Corps. I'll use the Ambassador of India and the Deputy Ambassador of the United Kingdom as the point of reference. May I recognize FCT Mandate Secretary, Dr. Dayo Benjamin, all commissioners of women affairs that are here present. May I recognize our heads of government agencies, NIMSI, my sister. May I recognize BOI, NAPTIP, and others that have been represented here. May I recognize the permanent secretary that is ably represented by the director overseeing the Office of the Permanent Secretary for the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, our director of legal. And may I recognize all the women groups here present. I see a lot of you. I see Nigerian Governance Forum as well here present. We see you, recognize you. Thank you for all you do. Nigerian women, you're recognized and you're appreciated. Your Excellency, today is a structural signal for Nigerian women, children and families. It is a signal that under your leadership, women are no longer treated as beneficiaries at the margins of development, but as primary drivers of Nigeria's economy, social and democratic stability. Today's launch of the Nigerian for Women Project Scale Up represents one of the most consequential and ambitious expansion of social and economic empowerment in our nation's history. It confirms unmistakably that your renewed hope agenda has given governance both a human face and a women's face, and that it is now embedded in our national systems, not just a promise. For this, Your Excellency, Nigerian women across all regions, communities, and political persuasions express deep gratitude. Your Excellency, permit me to briefly report on what has been achieved in just over 1 year since I assumed this office. Because today's launch stands on the foundation of deliberate institutional activation and systematic reforms across the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. When we came into office, we took a hard look at the ministry and made a strategic decision. We would fully activate its mandate, not partially, not symbolically, but fully. That meant restoring equal policy, delivering focus on women, children, families, and the vulnerable population. It meant ending duplication, dismantling silos, and building coordinated national social systems. Your Excellency, today's program, the Nigerian for Women Scale Up, is a centerpiece of the systematic shift. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, Phase 1 of the Nigerian for Women project successfully met its project objectives of addressing harmful social norms and social economic support for our women. Beyond this also, it proved something very significant and powerful. When women are organized into structured affinity groups, giving financial literacy, saving platforms, enterprise supports, protection linkages, the results are measurable, the results are durable, and the results are transformative. In just 6 states in which the pilot took place, it was implemented, 26,577 women affinity groups were formed, with over 560,000 women participating. Aside from the livelihood grants these women received through the affinity groups formed, they collectively saved a whopping 4.9 billion naira of their own money and have interloaned significantly to expand their respective businesses. Yes, it's worthy of applause, thank you. They've been able to cover health costs, pay school fees. So we have children not just going to school, but being retained in school. The Women Affinity Group model has now been validated as one of the most effective grassroots economic platforms in Nigeria. And several countries have formally engaged with us to understudy the Nigeria for Women model for replication in their own jurisdiction. Your Excellency, the phase 2 of the project, which you are launching today, scales that proven model nationally. This represents one of the largest investments in women by any government on the African continent. It is a thank you very much. It is a $540 million program co-financed by the World Bank and the federal and state government, designed to directly reach at least 5 million women across 36 states and the FCT. It aligns directly with Your Excellency's renewed hope priorities on job creation, on food security, rural revitalization, and financial inclusion. But Your Excellency, what makes this program unique, strategic, is not only its economic design, but also its governance architecture. Participation requires identity verification, and something deeply instructive has already happened as a result. In Niger State, for instance, during the program rollout, many women, for the first time in their lives, obtained a formal identification in order to participate. The fastest and the most accessible ID card available to them was the voter's card. That administrative step produced an unexpected democratic dividend. These newly registered women did not stop at program participation, they became politically visible. In one of the local government areas, women beneficially organized and voted collectively and influenced the outcomes of a local election. Your Excellency, this is what happens when social policy meets civic identity. Empowerment becomes democratic strength. Furthermore, we continue to receive reports from our grassroots partners, our religious and traditional institutions, confirming that in communities where this project is being implemented, they receive less requests for household interventions, that children are going to school and staying in class, and that economic activities have been boosted. They confirm, Your Excellency, that we have always known investing in women is smart economics. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today, alongside the Nigerian for Women Scale-Up, we're also rolling out the Happy Humans app platform. It's a national digital gateway for women's empowerment services that serves as an opportunity aggregator for women. This platform will aggregate access to programs, finance opportunities, skill training, protection services, and market linkages for our women. Our target is 10 million verified women registration within the next 10 months. We're already at our million mark. In just a few days of the pilot testing, we've already seen hundreds of thousands of registration demonstrating demand. Your Excellency, our reforms have not been limited to economic empowerment alone. We have built complementary policy institutional pillars to sustain impact. We completed the review of the National Child Policy, the Child Protection Frameworks after nearly 2 decades of dormancy. We've also completed the preparation of the Nigerian Gender Profile and Roadmap of 2030. And we have launched, thank you so much. Your Excellency, we've launched the National Costed Action Plan to end violence against children and the National Action Costed Plan to end child marriage in Nigeria. We strengthened the National GBV dashboard to real-time reporting and response, and we activated the Care Economy Framework. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, through the Renewed Hope Social Impact Intervention 774, launched by His Excellency in Lafayette on the 25th of June 2025, we're targeting 50 million women, children, and the family units with tailored feed interventions that cut across social needs, from access to energy through our Powerhouse 774 that seeks to bring power to women to light up their homes, power their businesses, to setting up structures to address gender-based violence, to digital financial inclusion, to strengthen family cohesion under our Family First project, to addressing child protection and development needs, and addressing gaps in social infrastructure for women, children, including housing, safe spaces, and play spaces. And already we're implementing programs such as the Women Agro Value Expansion Program and also the Women in Gas Sector Initiative, the WINGS. This directly seeks to enhance the economic power of the Nigerian women in order to accelerate the drive towards achieving His Excellency's vision of a $1 trillion economy. Thank you. Your Excellency, Nigeria's international engagements also reinforcing our social development architecture. The recent MOU with Turkey on family cohesion and social welfare reflects a shared understanding that strong families underpin stable societies and economic resilience. We're already domesticating this cooperation in programs design, as well as other cooperation frameworks with the UAE, the OIC, and the Republic of China. Your Excellency, I make bold to state that history will record that under your leadership, women are mobilized to an unprecedented level of productivity for national transformation. In further demonstration of this, I am pleased to report that we have launched the third National Action Plan on United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325 on women, peace, and security, positioning Nigeria among the few countries globally to achieve this particular milestone. Your Excellency, given the impact of the Nigerian for Women program, I believe this is the right time to expand the Nigerian for Women program to every local government in Nigeria. To this end, I am formally using this opportunity to officially request an additional financing for the Nigerian for Women program. So I am appealing to the World Bank, the Gates Foundation, and other development partners to support the Nigeria for Women program through additional financing. Thank you. Your Excellency, permit me to express first and foremost our profound gratitude for your decisive leadership and steadfast commitment to positioning women-centered development at the heart of national progress. I also wish to specially appreciate Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for her moral leadership, her sustained advocacy for women, children, and families under the Renewed Hope Initiative. My deepest appreciation goes to His Excellency, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, for standing with the Nigerian women any day, anytime. Thank you. May I also extend my appreciation to all our state governors for their buy-in, their co-ownership, and partnership, which are indispensable to the effective last-mile impact. I further express my deep appreciation to the Honorable Minister of Finance, the Honorable Minister of Budget and National Planning, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, the Honorable Minister of Health and Social Welfare, and all members of the Steering Committee for providing the physical leadership, sectoral alignment, policy coordination that underpins this particular program. We're deeply grateful to the World Bank for its steadfast partnership, technical rigor, long-term financing commitment, and that has enabled the Nigerian for Women program scale-up to be implemented at true national scale. May I also appreciate the Nigerian Governors Forum, our development partners, collaborating MDAs, particularly the NIMC and the BOI. May I also recognize the private sector partners, traditional institutions, civil society members, the grassroots women groups. I see the president of the Nigerian Women Association, whose collective effort continues to strengthen delivery and sustainability. Your Excellencies, today's launch is not the end of a journey, it's the ignition of a system that transforms women's potential into national strength, a system that turns social investment into economic returns, a system that ensures that renewed hope is not a slogan, but a lived reality. On behalf of the Nigerian women, our children, our family, the vulnerable persons across the nation, I thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. President, for the courage, your conviction, and your consistent support for our social development aspiration. I thank you for your kind attention. May God bless the Nigerian women. May God bless the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you so much.